Hello gorgeous souls, I hope this finds you well and happy on a dark, almost winter solstice day. Thank you for joining me in this moment for a Yuletide ritual. Something that I've realised that has such importance to me. The festive season can be really hectic and we rush about, we're trying to meet everybody, see our friends, getting together, preparing Christmas meals. And it all seems so hectic and we're trying to do so much in just the space of a few days. That sometimes the spiritual aspect of ourselves and the meaning of Yuletide disappears. And it kind of gets parked, put on a shelf, and then come the new year, Christmas decorations come down and we're feeling a little bit empty. And then we go, oh yes, my spiritual self, I need to be nurturing that. So I felt inspired to share with you just a little Yuletide ritual that everybody can do, and it doesn't take very long. It's something you can put in place so that you can do it every single day, just taking a few minutes out just to make your spiritual connection to your angels, to your guides, to your loved ones in spirit, to all those in the unseen world. So thank you for joining me for this. Rituals are an important part of our life. Whether we realise it or not, we all perform rituals every day, whether you're conscious about it or not. For instance, we are creatures of habit, and so, for instance, going into the bathroom in the morning, we can refer to that as a ritual. However we bathe, however we cleanse ourselves, it is a form of ritual. One of the things I do in the shower every morning is say a few prayers while I'm in the shower. It doesn't take a lot of mental effort, does it? Being in the bath or being in the shower or washing yourself. So I like to focus on certain things as I'm showering, and it's part of my ritual. When I'm dressed, I like to go and sit in my personal sacred space in the bedroom. I like to connect with my angels and guides. There are a few prayers that I say. I might do a little meditation, and that's a really important part of my day. So this is a little ritual that you can join in if you would like to, and it literally only takes a few minutes. But to be able to do it every day over the festive season, over this Yuletide, can really help anchor in that spiritual aspect of yourself. Now, those of us who are spiritual, it's such an important part of who we are that actually to starve ourselves of a spiritual connection as we get so swept up in the festivities, actually we end up feeling low and almost feeling like we're being starved of oxygen because we're not engaging in a spiritual activity. So I do hope very much that you'll enjoy this. Thank you so much for those of you who are joining me now, whether you're watching me live or watching me on catch up or on my YouTube channel. It's really lovely to have your company and feel like we're connecting through the airways. What I've created here came as an inspiration. Literally last week there was something that I saw and I like that. And it was an image of a bowl surrounded by elementals, but that there was light coming out of the bowl. Oh, I love that. And I'm going to meditate with that. I really like that image. So if there's energy, there's information, there's wisdom, there's love coming out of the bowl. Then hubby and I went to the Christmas market at Hampton Court on Friday, and I couldn't believe my luck. Although, actually, I think we know who had a hand in this. There was a stall selling beautiful ornaments for your garden, stags and hares and things like that. And in a box, they had teak bowls for £10 each. hand-carved teak bowls. And normally you could pay £50 upwards for a hand-carved teak bowl. I couldn't believe my luck. I was so happy. So as I bought it, took it home, I went, right, that's the centrepiece for my Yuletide ritual. And then suddenly it was all coming together. Now, if I show you my bowl, and you can do this if you want to, if you've got a bowl, it can be a mixing bowl even, or a plate, or a tray, something that you feel really drawn to use. So this is my beautiful teak bowl. In it, I've got clear quartz crystal chips. You don't have to have those. You could put water in it if you like. Something that's going to enhance the energy of what you're putting into your bowl and what you're putting into your ritual. For instance, if you've got Himalayan salt, you could put that in there. It just gives it a base to put the other things in. One of the things we found at the Hampton Court Christmas market, there were lots of people selling candles. There was this beautiful lady, she called herself Juna, Juna. These are tea lights, but look, they're snowflake tea lights. And they smell divine. They smell of Christmas, of snow, of happy days. So 3 for me is a really lovely number. 3 infers harmony. I'm one of 3. I have 3 boys. I love putting groups of 3 things together. You could put in as many as you like. Whatever tea lights you've got, and they can just be ordinary tea lights, it doesn't matter. If you want to prefer and you want to put little pillar candles or votives in, you can do. The candle flame is energy. So as we light the candles, that is adding energy to our intentions. One of the things I wanted to add was some crystals. So I've added 3 in here besides my beautiful clear quartz points. So I've got a rose quartz heart for love, because we're putting love into our Yuletide, into our Christmas festivities. I've put my amethyst heart. It's very pale lavender amethyst. This represents our spiritual aspect and the spiritual energy of Yuletide, and that soothing, comforting feeling of Yuletide, of when we're tucked up with the candles lit, maybe having a mince pie and a mulled wine. That comfort that the Yuletide brings, represented by the amethyst. And then I've got my little selenite heart. Selenite immediately wants to cleanse away lower energies. It wants to create harmony, but it also is very uplifting. And when you're having gatherings of family together, friends, whether it's 2 people, 10 people, 24 people, you want it to be harmonious. You want it to be happy and joyous. So the selenite represents that joy, represents the harmony within. You can add any other crystals that you like that feel, you think about what you'd like for your Yuletide. What crystals do you want to put in there? For instance, if you want open communication, you could add, for instance, lapis lazuli or blue lace agate in there. If you want abundance, you could put some citrine in there. So there's all sorts of different crystals that you could add to your bowl, to your Yuletide sacred space, to enhance it. Now, I must admit, I got a bit waylaid in going out this afternoon, just how it happens. So I didn't get the opportunity to gather some greenery, which is what I want to do, and I will do it perhaps tomorrow if I get time, or Friday. Some greenery to put round to my bowl. So for now, I've just popped some artificial poinsettia. I've got some fir cones, which I've had for years, which I sprayed gold years ago, with the gorgeous Shirley And Shirley, if you're watching this sometime, thank you so much. So last night when she came to our Divine Feminine Community Christmas gathering, she bought us little wooden snowflakes. So beautiful. So I wanted to add those in as well. In the centre, now you could have a candle in the centre if you want to. I've added a very important crystal for me. This is my clear quartz point that works with me when I'm creating sacred space, and then it holds the sacred space. So clear quartz is ideal. So if you've got a tower, or you've got a sphere or a heart, something that you feel really pulls you towards the intention of what you're creating in your Yuletide ritual, pop it in the middle. It's always lovely to have a central point. So I'm popping that in the middle. So that's my bowl. You create your own bowl. And when I was meditating Monday evening, I was given some beautiful words, and forgive me that I haven't been able to memorize them, because I would love to do that for you all, but I've written them down. And what I'm going to do when we've finished this today, I'm going to pop these words on the home page of my website. So if you want to go to my website and have a look at the words, if you like these words and you'd like to use them yourself, then you can do so. So one of the things, when we've created sacred space, when we're lighting the candles, when we light the candles, it's about creating an intention. So every time I light my candles, for whatever reason, even lighting birthday candles, I simply say, thank you, angels, for being here and blessing us with your energy. Now, please let me share with you these words that I was gifted during a meditation on Monday for Yuletide Ritual. I honour this Yuletide by creating this sacred space with love and light. I give thanks to Mother Earth and the Divine for all they bestow upon me. I call upon my angels and guides to bless me and those I love throughout this solstice season with happiness, joy, laughter, good health and grace. I give thanks for this blessed season, for my beloved family and friends, for the harmony, love and support we have for each other. I give thanks that as I step forward on my journey, that my angels and guides inspire me, support me, and guide me on the path as it unfolds. I call upon my angels and guides to show me how I can be of service to the Divine, to Mother Earth, and all who call her home. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You may have words that you'd prefer to use. You may have words that are given to you by your angels and guides. You might have a poem, maybe a Christmas poem, a Yuletide poem, or solstice poem that you would like to use. Of course, when you light the candles, safety always. Don't walk off and leave them. If you're going to light them, keep them safe. Maybe put this in a place where, in your lounge, where you're going to sit and maybe curl up in front of a lovely movie, Christmas movie, or read a book, or play some music. But you could also just sit here, meditate, contemplate, daydream, take some time out for you, think about connecting with your loved ones in spirit, think about your spiritual self, think about your angels, your guides, the Ascended Masters, all those beautiful beings of light that exist in the dimensions around us. Allow this time to inspire you. And this is a good time for you. Traditionally, Yule is a time of hibernation. Perhaps it's this time, just even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes hibernation, curling up, wrapped up in a blanket. Maybe bring in a glass of mulled wine or a cup of tea, something that you can enjoy. But just take a few minutes out each day over this Yuletide, over this solstice season, and all the craziness of the festivities. Keep grounded, keep your connection with Mother Earth, and you'll find that making time, just these few minutes every day, will keep you lifted, inspire you, motivate you, give you the energy and the inspiration throughout this beautiful time of year. So thank you so much for joining me. I'd love to hear your feedback and how you're going to create your Yuletide ritual. And thank you so much for your feedback. Thank you for your connection. Thank you for your hearts and your likes and all your comments. And I will get back to you as soon as I can. But remember now, darling ones, whatever you are doing for the rest of this day, remember to be kind to yourself, nurture yourself, cherish each other, and I wish you love, light and angel blessings. And have a wonderful day.